In the previous video, we talked about classification of shapes.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about classification of knowledge?
Sure.
The same way.
Go about doing that.
So the classification of knowledge that we have in school syllabuses and college syllabuses and so on.
Mathematics, history,
That's right.
geography, social science,
Yeah.
all of these things.
So the one that I'm familiar with, it goes like this. You have knowledge, and you have, if you're looking at the university structure, in one of the universities where I work,
the departments.
No, the faculties.
The faculties.
Faculties, there is a faculty or school of science.
Yeah.
And then that has a department of mathematics.
Okay.
That means
So mathematics is a science?
that's exactly the issue that I'm raising.
Okay.
Mathematics department comes under science.
Okay.
And then you have physics department. So department of physics.
Sometimes I've seen department of natural sciences which contains physics.
Department of natural sciences.
Doesn't that exist? No.
I haven't possible.
Okay.
But the one that I'm talking about,
Okay,
let's
the
take
place
that
you're
particular
talking.
university. You have department of chemistry and department of biology. Right. Then you have the other one is faculty of arts and social sciences.
And humanities?
When these two words are the same, arts and humanities.
They, in the department, they mean the same thing.
Some universities have department of arts and social sciences. Some have humanities and social sciences.
Yeah.
So in some place, for example, history will be arts.
Yeah.
Or history will be humanities. Or philosophy, better example. Philosophy, whether it is arts or humanities, doesn't matter. It's simply two different words for the same thing.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is this.
Yeah.
So why is math a science?
Yeah.
Right?
What is a science?
Right. That in fact that is precisely the question that we ask here. So in the arts and social sciences, psychology is a social science, but biology is a science. So that means psychology is not a science.
Yeah, I guess because of separation, but usually when people prefix a term with something else, it should come under that, right?
That's right.
So social science.
A social science ought to be a science.
Yeah.
But to say that psychology is not a science doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So another way of classifying this will be to say here, suppose you say knowledge. Here is something that I have suggested. Knowledge has math and science. So here, math is a science.
Yeah.
Here we're saying math is not a science.
Yeah.
Right? And then under science you can say
Natural.
physical.
Physical science.
Physical sciences, biological sciences, and human sciences.
Okay.
So all these are sciences.
Okay, so where would philosophy come in?
Philosophy will not be a science, then you can say philosophy will be under humanities.
Okay.
And you could say literature and philosophy would be like that.
Okay. Okay.
So here you have in physical sciences, you have physics, you have chemistry, and you have astronomy. All these are physical sciences.
Yeah.
Then you can, under biological sciences, you will have botany, zoology, evolution, molecular biology, and so on. And under human sciences, you will have psychology. You have sociology. All these can be treated as sciences. And you can also have history.
Okay. But wouldn't history also come here and here? What was the history of
yes,
the Earth, history of
actually that is
life?
True. Yes. So you could have a different dimension all this here, you could say historical
and non-historical.
and non-historical.
For mathematics, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So, but you could say, if you say history of the Earth,
Yeah.
that is historical. History of the universe,
Yeah.
that is historical.
Yeah.
History of life, origin and history of life will be under biology.
Yeah.
Origin and history of the human species will be human history.
Okay. Okay. So, but I've heard about these things like biochemistry, biophysics. Where do they come?
Yeah. Actually, that makes this whole classification kind of meaningless, because if you have chemistry and biology, biochemistry will be the intersection there.
Okay. So this classification requires these coming together of.
That's a new discipline here.
Okay. So you can have two mother nodes joining together.
Yeah.
Okay, and creating a new discipline.
In fact, you have physics
Huh.
and chemistry together.
Huh.
You have physical chemistry here.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So you can
And you have
represent that by.
astrophysics.
Yeah.
Astrophysics is here.
So you can represent it by doing something like this.
Yeah,
and have
absolutely. Yeah. And then you have mathematical biology. You could have mathematical linguistics.
This will be a very ugly looking picture.
That's right. Most of these things make no sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then there's also computer science. Now
That's true. Computer
that's
science.
an interesting one.
Yeah. Is computer science part of
I
mathematics?
studied computer science as a part of
Under
mathematics.
Math. Yes.
There was
Yeah.
a class on theoretical computer science where we studied Turing machines and things like that.
Yes. Yes.
So
Where does that come?
where does that come?
Okay. In fact, that is really an interesting question, because there are people who, under mathematical sciences, they put astronomy as mathematical science.
Okay.
It is in this sense. You know, it's a.
Oh, in that sense that it's a both.
It involves
ring-
mathematics.
You've got
It
a
also-
ring discipline.
That's
like,
right.
Like in the
But-
ring species.
People have talked about this formal sciences.
Okay.
Formal meaning you're not talking about observational part. You're not talking about the world. You're talking about formal structures, as in regular
Like
mathematics. Formal sciences would involve mathematics, computer science,
And I guess logic.
logic, and logic. Because
So-
logic doesn't tell you anything about the world.
Usually logic comes under here, right?
Philosophy.
But logic is not humanities.
I know, but
So
because a large number of philosophers studied logic,
okay, that's why.
then sometimes people put logic under philosophy.
Yeah.
And then there are mathematicians who are studying logic.
Yeah.
Then that is put under here.
Yeah.
So you have mathematical logic.
So that means under the current system which we had earlier, which you had below this,
Yeah.
that the logic was coming under arts and
Yeah, makes no sense whatsoever.
and social sciences, nothing to do with society.
That's right. Yes, that is one of the meaninglessness of these things.
Okay.
So let's take a look at psychology. If psychology is a social science, it should be about society.
I guess.
But
yeah.
psychology is not about society; it's about mind,
Yeah.
right? And it is a science, as much a science as biology.
Yeah.
It uses experimental methods. It uses statistics. In every respect, psychology is a
Psychology
science.
is a science,
If
yeah.
biology is a science, so is psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then when you say philosophy here, if logic is not a part of it, what comes under philosophy? What are the things studied here?
Philosophy studies human concepts, actually. Concepts like justice, concepts like knowledge, concepts like equality, truth. These are the kinds of things that philosophers
So
study.
concepts created by humans.
Concepts that, yes, exactly, by humans.
Okay.
So that is why it
So
comes under humanities.
then even parallel lines or straight lines,
Yes,
that study is created by humans. these
exactly.
concepts.
So, yeah, so, okay, the question that you're asking is, if you ask the question, what is knowledge?
You're doing philosophy.
This is studied under a subdiscipline of philosophy called epistemology.
Yeah.
Suppose I ask, what is a species?
Huh.
That is a philosophical question, a conceptual question, but that comes under biology,
Okay.
right? What is energy? Comes under physics,
Yeah.
but it is a philosophical question. What is a number?
Yeah. So this is like the
What's a straight line?
yeah. So it's called foundations of mathematics. So
Exactly.
that's philosophy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could say, in a certain sense, all sciences have mathematics and philosophy as their foundations.
Okay. So, but then I've also seen things like ethics.
Yeah.
And all of that. Where does that come? That's also under philosophy?
Ethics also comes under philosophy.
Okay.
So you could say, instead of asking what is knowledge, you could say what is the right thing to do.
Okay, okay.
That's studied by ethics. That definitely comes under philosophy. But notice that all these questions are not determined on the basis of data. It is based on some other considerations.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to say these are philosophical questions under mathematics, philosophical questions under biology, and so on.
Yeah.
But notice that once you take that view, the so-called disciplinary boundaries break up completely. Yeah.
Okay. So, so then there's one thing that seems to be missed out here. So computer science comes here, and Turing machines and things like that.
Yeah.
But when I'm writing a computer program, that doesn't come here, does it?
That doesn't come. Actually, we didn't have under this two kinds of knowledge. What we are talking about here is knowledge of pure knowledge.
Okay.
Right? Then there is what you might say instrumental knowledge.
Okay.
And engineering comes there, right?
Okay, okay.
Because here you are looking for ways of improving the human condition. But when you're studying mathematics by itself, it's pure knowledge. Or physics, when you ask a question such as, what is the size of the earth? It has no practical application. Engineering has practical application. Medicine. People say medical science. But when you have medicine that is geared towards improving the human condition, that comes under instrumental.
Okay. But you use the tools of the created here.
Exactly.
Over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the ways of studying are exactly the same.
So the people who study business, for example,
yes,
those people would also come.
Management, business, management. Yes. Those are all parts of what you might call applied, in the sense like
applied.
Applied meaning we are trying to improve the human condition.
Okay. Not applied in the sense of applied mathematics.
No. That's
applied mathematics is...
Yes, the word applied is also confusing.
It's used very badly.
Applied mathematics means mathematics applied to science.
In science, and...
Applied here means for pragmatic purposes, for practical purposes.
Okay.
Yeah. Education will come under here. Because by its very nature, the goal of education is to help students get better educated, right? So there is an instrumental reason.
Yeah.
It is not pure understanding that we are looking for.
Okay.
And I don't think our students know this kind of classification, which is not rigid boundaries. Actually, an interesting case will be something like this. Let me erase this. No, I'll keep this. If you ask people earth sciences or geosciences, people would say, oh, that is science, right?
Yeah. But I remember in my textbook there was something called geography.
Geography. Geo means earth. Right. Is geography a science?
In that one, it was a social science.
But notice that there is no society here.
Yeah.
We are talking about regions of the earth. Why is it social science? And why is it not science when earth science is science?
Okay.
Right? Another interesting thing. Suppose you say behavioral sciences.
Okay.
This is also a common term.
Yeah.
Behavioral sciences.
So what is this? Is like psychology and stuff, or
psychology is behavioral science. Neuroscience is behavioral science. Studying chimpanzee behavior is behavioral science. All these are behavioral sciences.
Okay. So and people would say this is a type of science.
Yes.
But psychology is not a type of science. So you're saying your classification is science.
Yeah.
This and then psychology.
Right. Not science.
But it's science.
Exactly. So if you study chimpanzee behavior, chimpanzee, let's say chimpanzee consciousness, chimpanzee mind, or chimpanzee society, that will be science. Human society and human mind, not science.
Okay.
That's how it goes. That is how this classificatory system of knowledge in our universities and colleges work. Complete logical contradiction.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So those who study chimpanzee mind are in biology departments. Those who study human mind are in psychology departments under social sciences.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. There is absolutely no rhyme or reason in any of the classification that we have.
Okay. So unless they decide that they want to create a separate department for chimpanzee mind, for Drosophila mind, for
Yes.
That's one possibility.
Yeah. You could also have disciplines like lunology, means studying the moon.
Okay.
Zoology, studying the sun.
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Different discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all this is really nonsensical. What is important is really questions.
Okay.
Questions are meaningful. So what is the question that you're studying? And questions don't have boundaries. The different questions are interconnected. So for example, do chimpanzees have consciousness? What is consciousness? You cannot understand the question, do chimpanzees have consciousness, without studying what is consciousness,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And these are related questions. And if you view it that way, the whole of human knowledge becomes a network,
Of
a
questions.
kind of graph
Yeah.
structure,
Yeah.
where there are no boundaries.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I think that is sufficient now to get a sense of the kind of meaninglessness of traditional classification
Yeah.
and the alternatives that we have in mind.
Yeah, and actually in the school textbooks it's even worse than the university textbook, it seems like.
Oh well,
Yeah.
Universities are equally
Okay,
bad.
equally bad.
No, they're all equally bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's important that students got out of these boundaries
Yeah.
and just pursued questions, interesting questions, but interconnected questions. That's the important part.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so see you next time.